Okay, so when we go from marina to marina, it's usually for a purpose, like water or food, or maybe we're picking somebody up at the airport. We don't look too much into that. We just look at what's close and where we can get to, make sure it's a reasonable cost. But if we're going to stay at a marina for a long time, we do a lot more research.
So when I'm looking for a long-term stay in a marina, what I do first, I look on my navigation app. I use Navionics. I'm checking for depth and height restrictions and making sure that we can get in. Once I've found maybe 2 or 3 that I'm interested in, I then look on the websites, what amenities they have, if it looks like something that we're interested in, and then I do some phone calls and talk to them about costings and all other things that we need. Oh, good morning. Yes, my name's Simon. I'm just inquiring on a berth, a sailboat of 56 feet, 17 metres, and a depth of 8 feet for 6 months, starting on the 1st of February. Okay, and how much is that a month? Okay, right, thank you. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. We're not too far away from you. Is it okay if we come down and have a look and discuss things and just have a look around? Yes, good. Okay. If possible, make a trip to any prospective marina to eyeball them for yourself. Make sure you come armed with plenty of questions to determine if the marina is right for you and your boat. Hi.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good. Andy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Simon.
Hey, Simon. Good to see you, sir.
I called you yesterday for some information about the marina, so come down. I know you're still in a hurricane spot here.
Yes, sir.
Have you got any rules?
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, I've got our hurricane policy right here, so you can take a look over that and see if you have any questions.
Aside from asking the marine staff all your questions, make sure to examine the facilities. Consider what you're using the marina for, and then check out the facilities accordingly. We use laundry, and whenever possible we shower ashore, saving wear and tear on our pumps in addition to having to clean. Request available slip spots and walk the dock to determine what might be the best slip. It's always good to find out the prevailing winds and position your boat accordingly. We like having the wind hit our stern to increase airflow.
If you can't visit the marina physically, then what you want to do is ask as many questions as you possibly can to the marina staff, but also don't leave it just to that. Make sure to check other cruisers, blogs, forums, really dig around, because if you're going to stay at a marina for a long time, you want to make sure it's a good marina. So as full-time liveaboards, we have around 60 questions that we actually ask before deciding which marina we're going to stay in. But just to give you some examples to get you thinking, here's our top 5. So our number 1 question is, how much is the price and what's included or excluded? And usually you have to prompt whoever you're talking to give you the full list. Always ask, is water included? Is electricity included? Wi-Fi? And also find out what other tack-on costs there are. Right here where we are, we're paying around $1,000 a month, and then there's this extra fee of $3,000 a year just to be a liveaboard. There's also some sort of green tax. And there's a lot of other things that we end up paying for above and beyond the berth fees.
Electricity. Plugging into electricity. Here in the United States it's 110 60 hertz, but this boat is a European boat which is 220 50 hertz. So that has big implications, especially for us, because we cannot use our air conditioning unit or heater unit, anything which has a motor basically, because of the hertz. It just doesn't do well with it. And also there's different connectors. In Europe there's the main 3 or 5 pin connectors. Here is totally different system. So you make sure you are aware of where you are in whatever part of the world you're in, that you have the right connectors and you know what the hertz are.
And what the electricity is of the marina that we want to go, that you want to go to. It's really important, actually. Yeah. It's something we totally didn't know about. So number 3, one of our questions that's really important to us is, how safe is the marina and how safe is the surrounding area? So sometimes you have to do some extra digging around to get that information, and it's really important. Especially we have our daughter. We want to make sure that we're in a safe surrounding community. We want to make sure that we can, go to bed at night and not worry. So you might want to ask if there's locked doors on the pontoons, if there's a night watchman or watch person, what they do in case there is crime or anything to do with safety and security, to make sure that you're going to feel happy to not only have your boat here or your boat in the berth, but also your family.
Next one is swells, waves, certain ways that marinas are designed that a swell comes in, like Malta, which was designed hundreds and hundreds of years ago and is more natural, has a motion where the boats are just rocking backwards and forwards, and for sailboats that's not very good for your rigging. So if you're there for a long time, you have to be aware of things like that. Also here there's lots and lots of boats going by, so we get a big sports fishing boat going out really fast, suddenly the boat's rocking and whatever. And also tides going in, going out. Here they've designed it, I think, slightly wrong, that the tides are going at like a 45-degree angle, so 1 minute it's pushing us off, it's pushing us back in, and that makes it really difficult for coming in and out.
Yeah, and these are the things you want to determine if you are going to be coming in and out of a marina quite often. You want to make sure it's easy to come in and out. Like this marina here in Charleston is the worst marina for a new sailor to come into. Yeah. I mean, pretty much everybody always hits something, including us. It's just not a good marina for a new sailor. So that might be a real important question for you to ask if you're looking for a potential marina to put your boat in. Another good question to ask the marina is whether or not you can work on your boat. Some marinas do not let you work on your boat at all, and some marinas require you to use their staff and their contractors, and you cannot get independent contractors. So if you have a lot of work coming up on your boat that you plan on doing, or plan on getting people that you know to come in and do, there might be a conflict with the marina. So that's a real important question to ask if you can have work done.
Right.
I mean, Simon and I have been to so many marinas, we have lists and lists of questions to ask, and that's just because we have experience. We know what it's like to be under a flight path. We know what it's like to have a pirate party boat go by every night at 11 o'clock. Yeah. So there's all these things that you build up over time, and you learn, what questions to ask. Yeah. So if you're interested in knowing all the questions that we ask now, the poor marina staff are in for it when we walk in. But if you do want a list of all the questions that we ask before we decide what marina we're going to for the long term, grab a copy of our guide, How to Choose the Best Marina, and in there you'll have a long list of all the questions you can ask, and it will definitely help you to find the right marina for you and your boat.
If you're a kid and if parents are watching this and you have a kid, you want Wi-Fi because it's happy to interest, and I love Wi-Fi here, and toy shops, places to play, and babysitters.
Yeah, are those all the things you look for in a marina? Mm-hmm. Yeah, anything else that you like in a marina?
Oh yes, bread. Bread and butter. Toasted.
Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel if you want to watch more videos that are like this. And there's loads more information over on sailingbritican.com.